Welcome back to Recoup. Today is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. I'm Sweets. This is Sid. This is our Wednesday weekly check-in where we catch up on what we've been doing so far and plan out the rest of the week before our Friday. I'll kick it off. On my side, my main goal for the week is email pulse, making it so that we have a weekly email that goes out to customers, similar to ChatGPT's Pulse. So far this week, I have been doing other stuff. Monday was all fixing the create new artist flow. There were some issues passing the API key or the access token from the call to API chat into the MCP server. So I fixed that. And then I spent a lot of yesterday reviewing Sid's pull requests for Compazio. We had Compazio tools that we were reviewing, and Sid had something else that he'll probably talk about in a couple seconds. So spent a lot of time reviewing and making updates and testing Sid code. And today I have been working on more Sid feedback on the create artist flow. So now going into the create artist flow, saving social URLs works. Spotify was not getting saved. It's now getting saved. The error there was we weren't normalizing URLs. So when we would look up if a URL existed, we would get back it did not exist in the database. And then we would try to save it. And then it would say, hey, this URL already exists because the database does some normalizing to the URL. So we were checking against a different URL than was actually trying to get saved, causing attempted writes to not pass. For the rest of today, I'm going to be working on the other feedback that Sid said to create a wow moment for the create artist flow on the web UI, including knowledge base, making sure that that gets saved correctly, and then flashing first conversation. Hopefully after that, I can get back to working on the goals for the week that align with the quarter. But for now, we are doing feedback that is mandated. What are you working on?
I'm unblocked on adding artists now, so I will do that. And then Big Ass Kids had some requests on their client side website, so I'm finishing that. And then started the process of filling out the marketing template for Gatsby Grace. And trying to get that into a place where it is documentable of like what one specific artist's stages would be for a release campaign, what assets need to be collected, etc. And I'm trying to think through how to best, like, once I document it all, like, what is deterministic information that we would need, and at what stage what is non-deterministic information that we would need at what stage, figuring out like how to save those into a place that we can reuse them moving forward. I'm leaning towards like saving them into a PRD style Ralph loop, just so we have them in a JSON ticketing form, and then deciding from there like what is deterministic and what is non. But yeah, so yeah, just working on that. What else? Oh, and then the last thing is today, I need to add docs, or by end of week really, I need to add docs and drive to the Compazio list of showed tools from the router, and then add those connections on Recoup chat.
For Big Ass Kids, can you update the endpoint to point at Recoup API instead of Recoup chat?
It is.
You've already updated it to point at Recoup API?
Correct. Something that I'm
use API keys, or is it still passing an account ID?
It's using an API key that I created. So what I'm also realizing is that we need to give organizations the ability to manage their accounts, because like I moved Big Ass Kids workspace into a organization, And so she probably doesn't see it anymore because she's not a part of that organization. And so I need to figure out that front end or that end back end. But I'm gonna do it manually for now because it's only one case. The other thing I'm thinking through that I would love your opinion on is something that she asked for is currently I'm manually exporting the database of their users from Circle, and then saving it into a knowledge base so that the agent can reference those users when asked. I could also pull from the API that they have, but I haven't gone down that route because when I set up the whole system, we didn't have API access yet, so I just did like the easier version of it. But moving forward, some of the requests that they asked was like, as new users get onboarded, what I'm sorry, the story's yelling my name. I'm trying to give me 2 seconds, please. Sorry about that. The dog ate all the food. So figuring out a way that we can understand who is a part of their database or who is a user and who is not. And then I'm just debating basically whether do we give them their own table or their own database in our setup. And the reason why is like, as users use their platform, do we want to give all of their users their own Recoup account to build on top of? So I'm just trying to think through what's the best way to build this to scale it, because like they have 900 members, which means like if we set it up correctly and everybody who uses their shit, it's a distribution channel for us, and we immediately get 900 new users, or at least like as they filter in. If we don't do that, then we get one new user, and just everybody's using their own account. So yeah, that's my what I'm thinking through this week. I have a meeting with them on Friday to discuss next steps with that. But I'm leaning towards figuring out how to, if we have a partner who wants to distribute to their own user base, how do we capitalize on that distribution for our own, for our own sake?
So you say that there's no more big ass kids using API/chat in the Recoup chat repo?
Correct.
Any other projects using it? Or if no, do I have thumbs up from you to delete API chat from the Recoup chat repo?
Is Excelencia still using it?
That's on my side. I need to worry about him. On your side, are there any other reasons that would prevent us from deleting that endpoint?
No.
So I'll prioritize getting Excelencia updated. Then that way we can get that deleted and keep closing the chapter on API endpoints being accessed from the front end chat repo.
Cool.
Anything else for today?
No. Do you have any initial thoughts on on setting up? Never mind. It's a larger architecture not the architecture, but it's probably a larger discussion. So let me think through it better before throwing those questions at you about how to take what we currently build for their front end and make it better for their users and our system.
My current thinking around big ass kids is they are not paying us in an enterprise tier. They seem to have hesitations around moving up to that, like they are financially restricted. Meanwhile, we have 2 enterprise customers that are paying exponentially more than big ass kids, and big ass kids is asking for a lot of customizations in a low paying tier. Personally, I would shift our focus into our higher paying enterprise customers who show that they can support the financial requirements we have and are willing to expand, rather than trying to do custom integrations on a customer that is continuing to try to drive down the value that we are hoping to get charged as an enterprise tier.
All right, that's a good framing. Let me talk to them on Friday and deliver that information and say, this is what you get now, and if you want more, you can move back up to, one of our partner tiers or enterprise tiers to.
Yeah, because we've got when you started, we didn't have these enterprise customers. We now do, and so that's valuable information to give to them. Like, I've loved working with you guys. I understand you guys want that. At this point, we have enterprise customers that pay 10 or 100x more than you guys. So we can't keep doing these custom integrations for you unless you understand the value that we're delivering as an engineering team and you're willing to pay us on the same par as these true record labels that have funds to justify an AI team building out and helping them scale their record label.
Cool.
We're in a position of power now. You have more negotiating tools in your tool belt.
Cool. The last thing I will say, I sent you a bunch of stuff to read. There is one, I think the last one is a long Twitter thread about context or context graphs. Highly recommend it. I don't recommend stuff to read in the channel often. I just throw a bunch of shit. But what that article does is it takes all 5 or 10 context graphs articles over the last month that have been coming out and like analyzes them and explains it incredibly. And so I probably dropped all 5 other articles in the stuff to read chat as well. If you don't read anything, you can get summarized by get up to speed with just that last context graph article that I sent, and it's fucking incredible. It's an incredible article about like thinking through context and that opportunity. So yeah, that's my last pitch.
If you haven't already checked out context graphs, check it out. We will be back on Friday.